Very, very difficult for a child abuse survivor to stand in front of people and tell him how they were tortured as a child.
My brother abused a 3-year-old child before he abused me.
Today they called social workers. In my day they were called child care officers. They didn't care about us.
His friend's mother walked into the room and discovered them all committing fellatio on each other.
We need a public inquiry.
My brother, who was 12 at the time, had licked my private parts and made me lick his.
Children are doing that this very moment. They're putting their hand up to their abuser and they're saying, stop hurting me. They would use carbolic soap on you. They put carbolic soap in my mouth and said, we'll wash your mouth out with soap. Save our children, everybody.
I made it. Saw you from his court case, didn't we? Live at the moment on YouTube. Did you want to say anything to my viewers?
No, I'm here speaking today myself.
Yeah.
As you know, I'm on Trump's media team anyway.
That's right, yeah.
But as Trump's survivor, basically, I don't get into involved in politics, although politics is involved with it. And I'll just say, look, how many places to go for war and bucket of the if you can see the wall in a bucket of place, you just go around the corner into the place.
Yeah.
There are doors in actual the walls. Mr. Andrew never come out the gates. He's looking at cars.
Secret tunnels and everything.
Of course, they don't cross. You can walk across them to go to the place.
That's right.
Two Stark was flat.
That's right.
Two Stark had a flat in there. I know things of it.
And
I know all about dolphins, squirrel.
And there's evidence to prove this now, isn't there, and stuff? And people know. But they sweep it under the carpet, don't they, all the time?
They do everything. The trouble is, there's 615 politicians in Parliament.
Yeah.
They know what goes on in the corridors. It's the same as our place. They're all complicit.
Yep.
There's so many child abuse inquiries, Operation Loan, Operation Law, Operation Rockets, about children's homes. I'm going to be on stage speaking about one of the biggest children's homes in the country where you had 900 children in one state.
That's a lot of children in one home. Yeah.
Children were tortured.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about that. I'm going to be telling you these figures.
Yeah, no, I've been recording you, buddy. Have a good one, yeah? Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Almost 14 years ago, my parents heard their precious 5-year-old daughter say that she had licked her half-brother's bum and white stuff came out. On a quiet Sunday morning of June 9th in 2011, my brother, who was 12 at the time, had licked my private parts and made me lick his. After I had told my parents about this, 4 days later on the Thursday, they reported this to the police, not knowing what else to do. Wasn't that a mistake? When I was being interviewed about this incident, my parents had to sit outside the interview room where they heard every single word of what I had been through and what I was made to do because the walls were so thin. Months later, my father found out on a phone call with the police about a previous incident involving my brother. Most mothers and fathers think the same thing, that a police officer returns to a previous incident. My God, my son has been abused. That was their concern, that was my parents' concern. But they were wrong. In November of 2006, my brother was at his 7-year-old friend's house, all playing with his friend who was 7, and his 3-year-old toddler brother. This friend's mother walked into the room and discovered them all committing fellatio on each other. My brother abused a 3-year-old child before he abused me, and my dad had no idea. We spoke to Norfolk County Council about this, but when my dad did not know about this previous incident. Norfolk County Council did reply to us. My father did not have parental responsibility over his son, as he was divorced from my brother's mother, and so anything that my brother did, my dad wouldn't know about. We submitted a complaint to the Ombudsman demanding answers and demanding an apology from me for the council and social services causing my sexual assault. Not only this, but they put my friends in danger when they would come round. The council came back to us again. They refused to issue me an apology because I don't think it would have made a difference if my parents knew. I would have been sexually assaulted either way. I have not received justice for what happened to me, and I will never get the justice that I deserve or what those other children deserve. Thank you.
Very, very difficult for a child abuse survivor to stand in front of people and tell him how they were tortured as a child. This little boy you see on this picture, look at his eyes. This little boy you see is Alan Merritt, the guy standing before you today. The little boy could not speak out. He was beaten, he was abused, he was punished. He was psychologically, physically, and mentally tortured by state institutions. Government interference in child abuse. If I said to you, when they talk about numbers, it's off the Richter scale. 400 million children abused worldwide. 8.5 million in this country. The children's home that I was in goes back to the 1800s. 1800s, when the poor children from the Kensington workhouses were sent to Beecham to work. We colonialised the world on child abuse. We sent our children to all four corners of the world. We've never done anything about grooming, trafficking, satanic ritual abuse, or historic children abuse. Never. Not one politician will stand up in Parliament and say in chamber, we need a public inquiry. This children's home had 900 children in it. Beecham in Banstead, Surrey, not too far away from where we are now. They used to torture children in the bathrooms. The bathrooms they waterboarded. You see these big wall behind you at Buckingham Palace? Walk round the corner. You don't need diplomatic cards to go out the front gate like Prince Andrew did. He came out them side gates and walked over to Grosvenor Place and Belgravia, where Kew Stark had a basement flat. And there was many people. Melanie Shaw, I will speak up for Melanie Shaw. Other people might not. She can't speak for herself because she's on licence. She's been told to shut up or she will go back to prison. We have 3,000 political prisoners in prisons today for speaking about the state interference in child abuse. Make it clear. Let me read you some statistics. And this she's anything soon, but this is Margie. Now you saw a picture of myself. Hang on a minute, let me see if you saw a picture of my look. That image says it all. Children are doing that this very moment. They're putting their hand up to their abuser and they're saying, stop! Stop hurting me! Stop!
Go on, Alan.
1 in 4 women have been raped or sexually assaulted since the age of 16. 1 in 6 children have been sexually abused. 1 in 18 men have been raped or sexually assaulted since the age of 16. The Crime Survey of England and Wales, the CSEA, estimated that 1 in 5 adults aged 18 to 74 is experienced at least one form of child abuse, whether emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, or witnessing domestic violence or abuse before the age of 16. 8.5 million people. Many cases of child abuse remain hidden. Around 1 in 7 adults were called the National Association of People Abused in Childhood, the NAPAC helpline in the last year alone had not told anybody about their abuse before. They were too frightened. Their dignity had been taken. They took their innocence away. In the year of ending in March 2019, Childline delivered 19,847 counselling sessions to children in the UK, where about the primary concern was 1 in 20 of the sessions resulted in referral to external agencies. On the 31st of March in 2019, 49,570 children in England and 4,810 children in Wales were looked after by their local authority because of the experience and the risk of abuse or neglect. Around half Adults of 52% have experienced abuse before the age of 16. Also experienced domestic abuse. Layering provides components to 13% of those that did not experience abuse before the age of 16. This is a picture of me and my brother. This is the primary school in Beecham. The one that I told you goes back to the 1800s. They told me and my brother, you have to smile in this picture. If you didn't smile, you would be punished. You'll get beaten and abused. You have to smile. These pictures that I'm holding up in front of you, they are real life. This is actual true. This is what happened to the children. Look at our eyes. It's all in the eyes. My eldest sister, Anne, 5 years my senior. I used to call her Mummy Anne because she looked after me. Mummy Anne, look at her eyes, people. Look at the eyes of these children. The torture and the torment. This is what they used to do. They used to put you in shorts. These shorts, you look like an orphan. You look like you don't belong anywhere. Your clothes had labels in them. You was labelled an orphan. They would call you a retard. I couldn't read or write when I was 13 because I had abuses. 7 abuses in Beecham. I had 7 out of 4 cottages that they placed me in. They'd slap the back of your legs until it was red raw, and then they would put you in acid baths. They would put you in baths with vim. They would put you in baths with bleach. They would use carbolic soap on you. They put carbolic soap in my mouth and said, we'll wash your mouth out with soap. It's funny. They use floor scrubbing brushes and the tools to get off your back. The acid soap that they used on you. Burn you. They've used them in the dormitories. When they talk about race, it's all part of the political narrative. We sat round the same dining room table with different colours and creeds of children from all over the world, of all different colours. They were eating the same food as us. If you didn't eat it, it was put before you again the next day, forced you to eat it. They abused the same children in the dormitories, in the bathrooms, in the torture chambers. 4 of my family abused in Beecham, Banstead, Surrey. 4 of them, 2 sisters and another brother. This little boy here is me with other children from the children's home. They can't tell their story. I'm telling the story. There's a picture of a guy in the background called Whiteman. He was a school teacher. I had a couple of abusers in the school. He would chase you around the pocket. The picture I showed you of me in shorts. You own nothing. You didn't own an ankle. You was a child in an orphanage. He'd chase you around the corners of the playground, get on you, and then rifle through your top pockets, knowing full well that you did not possess anything. He was rifling in your pockets just to feel you. The perverse man went on to a place called Shirley Oaks. I can assure every single one here, Beecham was far worse than the Shirley Oaks. Save our children, everybody!
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil.
I just want to echo Phil's words and say to each and every one of you, thank you from the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of the children, each and every one of you must come and stay with us. We're not going anywhere. This is just the start. A big movement. A movement that needs to make this government stand up and take account. We need tougher action. More better sentencing on knife crime, on child abusers, on paedophiles. We need better protection for our children. Thorough, comprehensive checks on anyone working with children. Every child is vulnerable. We were all children once. All of us. Some of us had a poor childhood. Some had good childhoods. We must protect every single child in this country.
They are the future.
Children, as the gentleman just said, are the future. We have to protect their future. We cannot have young lives destroyed by anyone. No one has the right to destroy a child's life, to destroy their mental health, or to take their life. Never do we allow this. We must stand together as one for the children. This movement must go on and get stronger and stronger. Because together we are stronger. Together we will win. Don't get out.